going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
And then in case there's any question mark as to how seriously the Chinese government takes their zero COVID approach, Dalian Court today sentenced 3 port workers to up to 5 years in jail for breaching COVID protocols, such as wearing a mask or protective gear. Guys?
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And yes, you heard that right. They are cranking up that C word, ain't they? They're cranking it up, guys. I told you that main event is coming. Now we have Tom Emmer says he introduced the bill prohibiting the Fed from issuing central bank digital currencies directly to individuals. So guys, we know the Hegelian dialectic is coming, but we already know that paper is right around the corner in a couple weeks. So we definitely get to dig in and see what they have. But we know those central bank digital currencies are already ready in the back. Remember guys, this is part of a movie. Remember, your life is an illusion. TV is your reality. And guys, do not forget the Olympics is in 3 weeks. So we definitely are going to see a good movie. And then we have CZ from Binance, one of the actors. And guys, we know he's not one of the richest men in the world. And don't forget, CZ went to college in Canada. That's right, Canada. I think he moved there when he was about 12 years old. And then also he worked for Bloomberg. And when we look at all of the fundraising around Binance, who do we see? Morgan Stanley, Fidelity, the same big banks, and we know there's big hands behind Binance that we don't get to see. The same way we see Brian Armstrong, the face of Coinbase, but we know Andreessen is working behind the scenes. Because we know, when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Say Libra was something of lit a bit of a fire. This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for a couple decades. This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for a couple decades.
That I think central bank digital currencies were concocted in hell by Satan himself. They are incredible control by governments over everybody's bank account, and they are they're going to create a void of privacy for every individual citizen. I think they're horrible, but I think that's where they want to go.
My next guest has become one of the richest billionaires on planet Earth. At a reported net worth of $96 billion, he is closing in on the likes of tech titans Mark Zuckerberg and Larry Page. So the question is, how did he do it? Changpeng Zhao is the CEO of the crypto company Binance, and it all began, we are told, with a casual poker game. Sir, welcome to the show. Congrats on your success. And all I can say is that must have been one heck of a poker hand, right?
Thanks for having me here. Actually, I don't really think too much about it. I don't think people should be caring too much about their wealth rankings, etc. Actually, I don't know if I'm worth that much, to be honest. I think they probably overreported way than what I have.
At least that's what you're telling the tax man. Now, listen, you founded your company in China, but you were banned from China. So what happened after that?
Yeah, so we started in July 2017. By September 4th, China government issued a memo saying that cryptocurrency exchanges are no longer welcome in China. They're no longer allowed to operate in China, to be precise. What that word means, they didn't clarify, but we packed up and left the country. So yeah, that's, we're like a 6-week-old startup at that point. But cryptocurrency is global. We got lucky and we were able to continue to operate globally, and we got a pretty decent user base now.
Yeah, you generated what, at least 20, I was just reading the numbers, at least 20 billion of revenue last year. What are you looking for this year?
Again, that number is very subjective. I'm not sure how they arrived at that number. Well, they probably took a public trading volume and arrived at that number. But the number is highly volatile, just as crypto markets are. So if you calculate that number at any minute, it's going to be different from the last minute that you calculated, because our income is 400 different cryptocurrencies, and all the price fluctuate in real time. But overall, the business is doing well. The number of users are coming into this industry and at an exponential pace. People understand, more and more people understand the benefits of crypto. So we're seeing the industry growing at a phenomenal pace. I think this year we'll do pretty well, but I'm not sure if it's 20 billion. Based on my calculation, it was less.
All right. Well, we'll leave that alone. I know that you've spent some time in the United Arab Emirates, the UAE. Are you having success in bringing, crypto and Binance to the Middle East?
Yes, absolutely. I think from everybody I spoke with, they are the regulators here, the government here fully understands the potential benefits of this new technology that can bring to the economy, to the fintech sector, and then in turn to other sectors of the economy and to the people. So people here have been very receptive, and we got an in-principle approval in Bahrain already, and we signed an MOU with the Dubai government to have a collaborative approach to help them shape some of the regulatory frameworks. We're acting as a consultant, and this is we're beginning to see more of this type of collaborations being invited, us being invited to this type of collaborations all around the world. So this is very different from a few years ago, where the Chinese government said no crypto exchanges and pushed out crypto exchanges.
Do you have concerns over regulation? There are reports that the IRS and other authorities in this country are looking into one of your businesses, concerns over, I was just reading here, money laundering, tax evasion. They just want to kind of look under the hood, as they say. Do you have concerns about that?
We have no concerns. We welcome anyone to look under the hood for our business. I think we run a very clean business. And to be honest, I think this industry, as an industry, as one of the largest industry players in the world, we welcome regulations. There are some regulations which are overly strict and blocks innovation, just like China bans crypto exchanges. That's probably not so good for us, obviously. But we generally welcome good regulations that promote innovation. And I believe in the U.S. the regulations are pretty good. To be honest, U.S. Cryptocurrency exchanges work well with banks. It's probably one of the few places where cryptocurrency exchanges can automatically deduct users' balances from their bank accounts on a monthly basis using the ACH protocol, where this type of integration is not available in most other parts of the world.
The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come, Steve Jobs. And guys, I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the fourth industrial revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.